Okay, so let's start with the groove. You play the E string, then you play the D, G, and B string, palm muted, so like this, with your hand against the strings, and you play down and upstroke. Then you relax the left hand and do the same thing, so keep palm muting, which makes a percussive sound. Then you squeeze the strings again, and you palm mute again. Then you relax the left hand again, get the percussive sound, squeeze, then relax, then you get that percussive sound again and squeeze once more. If you play that together, you know, then you get the following groove. 3, 4. Important is that you play it with a swing feel, so not with straight 8 notes, so not like this. You know, that's not the way, because then you miss, you know, that all that grooviness. This pattern you play over pretty much all the chords. So let's go through those chords. So we start off with that B major chord, you know, 7th position, just in relation to without the capo, okay? Because we move up the strings and otherwise you have to start counting again, and that doesn't work. So that's that B chord. Then we have the F sharp, like so, and you play that by playing your index finger in 11th position on the D, G, and B string, and you play your ring finger on the 13th position of the A string. We use the open bass note, and this is actually why we need that capo, because if we wouldn't have that capo, we would not have an F sharp as our bass note, low bass note, but we would have an E, which is not what we want. So we need the capo here. And we play the same pattern again, like this. Now, in the tune, there's the option of playing one extra time the bass note during the percussive sounds. You can do that if you want to. It's not, you know, it's not necessary, but you can do that. Then it would sound like this: 3, 4, and. Okay. Then we move on to the next chord, which is a G sharp minor. So we have our index finger on 11th position of the A string, ring finger and little finger on 13th position on the D and G string, and your middle finger on the 12th position on the B string. And we play the same picking pattern, with the difference that we now play the bass note on the A string. So not the E string, but the A string. Very important. So you get this: 3, 4, and. Then we go to the E chord, like so. Actually, you can just lift this, put it up a string, move it up the neck, and you have your E chord. But anyway, your index finger, it's a bar chord, of course, put it in 12th position, and your ring finger and little finger are in 14th on the A and D string, and your middle finger is on the 13th position of the G string. And you play the same pattern again, but you move the bass again back to the low E string. So it's like. Yeah, so again, 3, 4. Now, you might have seen me playing this, that I'm alternating this. You know, you can play it like this, of course, like. But I like to alternate it. So, let's try that whole first chord sequence. So, we'll start on that B chord again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Okay, now there is a verse variation of this sequence. Let's see. The whole first part is the same, so you just play that B chord, then you play that F sharp chord, then you go to the G minor chord, to the E chord. But now here it comes. Now you play this chord, which is a sort of like a flat 5 chord, maybe diminished, which is index finger on 13th position E string, middle finger 14th position A string, ring finger 15th position of the D string, and your little finger on the 16th position of the G string. And then you play that. So it's like. And then you just slide it backwards. So that variation starts at, I believe it's around 1.5 minutes, something like that. 1 minute and 28 seconds. The variation, so it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Okay. That was that first variation. Then you get the bridge. Let's first just check the chords for the bridge. That's your B chord. Then you get F sharp with A sharp in the bass. You play that by just making a bar chord here. Little finger bar chord, of course, in 6th position. Then your little finger on the 9th of the A string, ring finger on the 6th of the, 8th of course, of the D string. Then you have, well, not your open G string, but that is of course fixed by the bar. And then you have your middle finger on the 7th position of the B string. So we start off with B major, F sharp major with A sharp in the bass. Then we get G sharp minor, which is a bar chord also. 4th position, your index finger, and then your ring finger and little finger are in 6th position of the A and D string. Then you get, well, actually F sharp, but because I'm using an E open chord, like 1st position chord, this gets maybe a bit tricky what I'm doing now, but anyway. This is F sharp, so think of this as your bar. And then we move up to E, and to that flat 5 chord again. You know, 4 in a row. So that bridge goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Now there is another bridge, and actually in that bridge, well, maybe you cannot really call it a bridge, but anyway, it's a part where Jason just sings the tune and he accompanies himself with just percussive sounds. And he starts off with actually that B chord. He just plays that bass note, and then he just plays the groove. Now, to play those percussive sounds, make sure that you palm mute it as well. If you don't do that, then you get sometimes those natural harmonics, and you don't want that. You want a nice clean sound, percussive sound. So and also try to put the accents on the 2nd and 4th beat, because if you don't, then you kind of miss the groove, because you don't have the chords anymore. So you need something. So it's like this, 3, 4, and... Okay, so that's it for today. That was I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. I hope you enjoyed that. Check the website for more information, and I hope to see you again sometime.